Welcome to Wanna Bet, the daily gambling game show that takes betting seriously, but not much else. Get our favorite plays on the totals, sides, props, exotics, and futures to jump on now.
So let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Subject custom care console bappa console felino. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben. Let's get it started with Jason and Ben.
What's up, everybody? Just want to make sure we're having technical. Well, I don't know about way, Ben. Is it the whole?
It's not
Twitter's
us. Not
having
us at all.
difficulties?
It has not. No, this
My
isn't
freaking
us.
Verizon. I mean, I had no phone for a day and a half. They offered me $20. F them. 5 phones that they charged me $500 a month for, and then no one could talk to anybody for damn near 24 hours, and they want to give me $20 total. Bastards. And now Twitter's down.
Yeah, Twitter's been down all morning on my end, and they won't let you stream anything. So,
Yeah,
but no, this is not our end. We've had these issues before. This is not us.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's letting me send tweets. Like I have been sending tweets from my phone. I don't know if anybody's seeing them or, where they're going. Maybe I'm just pissing in the wind, but YouTube.com/@wannabet with us.
Yeah, we're live on YouTube. YouTube ain't.
Okay. Another day in America 2026. The decline is real. Democracy in the balance. No joke. No hyperbole. And our infrastructure rotting. But we persist, Beltway Ben. We persist. We move on. Welcome to Wanna Bet. This is a betting show. We give you our favorite plays 7 days a week. We track all those plays. We keep score. We tell you exactly what we're doing well in, what we're not doing well in, where our wagers are working, where they aren't. We show all our work, and we try to build a smart betting community. We appreciate the feedback we continue to get. We especially appreciate all the loyal littles out there who have come to us via my buddy Tony Kornheiser. Sincere shout out to you. Rafa, great email. I think Betway Ben will get to some of that at the end of the show. We do have some things to address before we get to the bets. I was able to locate Carrie the Kangaroo, Beltway Ben, which is about Carrie the Kangaroo looks like she's as tall as a 3 or 4 year old child. So that's pretty good dimensions. She comes with a stuffed Joey in her pouch. So when we lose from now on, we celebrate with the lobsters when we win. Sean Kay's got his own lobster. We like to have 3 lobster nights. We eat some lobster rolls when we win. We obviously celebrate all our dogs, like Meatball, who's with us, like Choppy, who's no longer with us, but is always in our hearts. Like Gigi, the husky dog. And we now have kangaroos in the mix, Beltway Ben, after yesterday's discussion of the University of Missouri, Kansas City Kangaroos, who thank you for being you, Ruse. And Beltway Ben's ridiculous, just whatever, fan fiction about his ability to hold his own with a full-grown male kangaroo. Poppycock. We're going to now rue ourselves when we have a rough night, because we're fully transparent. Carrie the Kangaroo will be sitting on my lap. Beltway Ben will have her Joey. And like that, we'll add kangaroos are in the mix. Kangaroos are in the mix. I think we'll have her at my house by Wednesday, if you believe the tracking. Hopefully we don't see her for a while, Beltway Ben, though. Because when Carrie comes out...
Well, she's coming out the first
sign.
day. She's coming out just to show everybody these are kangaroos.
You
these
think
are
so?
roos.
To re-explain it? Is that bad juju?
No. We got to introduce kangaroo. We love animals.
So, all right, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, you can't really hide. You can't bring a kangaroo into your house.
You can't hide that big ass one in your house. Like, you got to bring that one on.
My wife, I really hope it arrives while only I'm home.
Yeah.
Because if I have to explain this, and it was $100 freaking dollars. But
yeah,
I shopped around. Like, I found a pretty good deal on it, I think.
Yeah, you got a real good deal on that one. Yeah.
You should have seen.
Oh.
You should have seen where some other people were charging for Carrie the Kangaroo. Anywho, it's an investment in the show, by the way, Ben.
It is.
It's an investment in our future. So there's that. So I think, okay, so now we just put the slip up, right? Thank you to the Ruse for being used. That one was a no sweater. That Hornets game, they only scored 151 or 251 in that one. 130 of them courtesy of the Hornets. So we nailed that one. Things are getting a little weird in the CAA. I think we're starting to see some recalibrations. Hofstra ain't going to run away with it. And Towson ain't dead. So I think this is a big week in the CAA as teams kind of realize if they're going to get their ish together, they better do it now. And I think some teams are maybe realizing they're maybe not quite as good as we thought they were and they thought they were. Liberty Bibberty got up by 17 in the second half, Beltway Ben, and barely won. Had to hold on to win by 2. So I didn't think New Mexico State had that kind of a run in them after they got down big. I thought they would get down big. So it ended up being a break-even night for me. You were all over that NBA game in Berlin, Deutschland. How did your night go, Beltway Ben?
Yeah, it was about even. We did cash the over. We lost Desmond Bain, so that was basically a push. San Diego's team total under. We were all over that. Got a little sweaty. The live number was like 68.5, 69.5, with like 17 to go. I watched that game, of course. Love watching games in that arena. It's so fun. But Seattle holds them off. Giannis to 14 points in the first quarter and proceeds to score 7 the rest of the game. They lose by 30, and he doesn't touch the court in the fourth. Wemby, who got hurt and didn't play the first quarter and came back in, still had no issues getting to 20. So thanks, Giannis. Keep booing the crowd. And the Bucks are in a really, really good spot right now. So just disgusting. Ugly. Terrible. And yeah, it was, again, we lost the Thunder parlay. SGA scored 0 points in the first quarter for the first time in forever. That was shocking, but we did cash our fourth and weird. So it was basically an even end. We finished down 20 cents. It is what it is.
All right. You mind putting us back up? I'll try to show people. I tried to explain it. Just be better if I show it. I mean, book guest for Tuesday. I don't know why that always pops up. So there it is. She's about to become a part of the Warnabet family. We will show her off when she arrives, and then hopefully we won't see old Carrie for a while. She'll be peacefully living under this desk. I was going to say, you think she, I mean, the worst part of this is she's going to have her Joey ripped apart from her. She comes to the U.S., she gets her Joey ripped apart. She's in Towson. Joey's in Catonsville. We should probably align some visitation hours, Beltway, but maybe we'll bring them both to the station sometimes. Let them have some bonding time while we're doing the radio show.
That's a really good idea there, yeah. I think that would.
You like that idea?
That's a great idea. They could come in and watch us eat lobsters together. You know what I mean?
Give her some lobsters. Share, right? I think we got to share the lobsters.
Yeah.
I think that would be good karma, sharing the lobsters with the bad luck ruse.
And also, when we make it real big, we're taking a trip to where we can see kangaroos. When we make it, when this show takes over the world, like I called a while ago, we're going to see
Are
some
there kangaroos at the Baltimore Zoo? I don't know.
I doubt it.
I think they probably
Maybe.
have kangaroos. No,
maybe.
The National Zoo in D.C., I think, has to have it.
Oh,
we used to go all the time. When I lived in Arlington, we had the real little kids. Bam, just jump on the metro. We'd go. I think it's the Woodley Park exit off the metro. We would go to the zoo all the time. It's a National Zoo is awesome. Baltimore Zoo is great. We adopted an otter at the Baltimore Zoo. We're actually overdue to see our otter. So yeah, we should do a show from the zoo.
I think that's probably more difficult than needed to be. But you think they got an Ethernet cord for us and a setup? Yeah, never know.
I mean, we're going to promote the hell out of the Baltimore Zoo. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they might want that. They probably have been looking for a sports betting show to get down there and go live from there. Now that I think about it.
Well, how about this? How about this? We come up with a reason to do the radio show from there, and then they're not going to.
They don't have any idea.
You got to get there early to set up. And we do want to bet from there.
Right, that's a good idea. That's good. Outside the box.
All right, our favorite plays down the side, like we stole from PTI. First, second, third down. Fourth down could get weird. A bet you probably haven't thought about making. Fourth and short, ways to get you paid quickly in games. Fourth and long shot bets, or, longest reception, longest rush. Overtime, football and football parlays every single day. Let's get into it, Beltway Ben. First down, I'm fading Loyola Chicago again. They're going to Dayton. I'm laying the 15.5 with Dayton, minus 115 at the BetMGM. There are certain teams we're just fading, and it works pretty well. It didn't work great with Gardner-Webb the other night, but like Cleveland State, Loyola Chicago, IU Indy, our ruse of UMKC. It's hard for me to overlook it, especially when they're on the road. Look, Loyola Chicago, when we were on them last week, lost by 40 points to GW. I'm not the biggest transitive property guy in the world, Beltway Ben, but the game before that, Dayton beat GW by 7. GW beat that same week Loyola Chicago 100-61. That happened. Loyola Chicago's 5-13 against the spread. They are 3-9 against the spread with 2 to 3 days off, which is the window that we're in here. They are 1-3 against the spread as a road dog. They are 340th in the country in defense. They turn the ball over. They don't get steals. They're a pretty flawed team. Dayton's a top 30 Ken Palm defense. Dayton is an elite team stealing possessions from you with their handsy defense, quick hands. And they don't turn it over, Beltway Ben. They've won 4 in a row. They've been a decent team covering. I just think it's a smash spot for them to win at home by 20 points or more without having to play an A game to do it. And then we're going to go Clippers money line in the NBA, minus 125. Clippers have won 11 of the last 13 games with seemingly nobody noticing. Clippers have been really good on the road lately. Toronto at home, Clippers have covered 6 of their last 9 on the road. Now, this spread's around like 2, 1.5. I'm getting out of the business of laying the points here. Toronto is 0-8 this season against top 8 NBA teams. And you're going to say, well, Jason, if I looked at the standings right now and looked at the LA Clippers, they're like the 15th team in the NBA, not the 8th. And I would tell you, over the last 6 weeks, they are absolutely a top 8 team in the NBA and a balanced team, and they've got Zubac. Now, look, also the injury report here. Like, Zubac, I think is playing, but we don't know for sure. Kawhi, I think, is playing. We don't know for sure. But I like what the Clippers have going right now. Last 15 games, they are 3rd in the NBA in offensive rating, 8th in the NBA in net rating. That's why I say top 18. They're also balanced. Top 12 in the league, defensive net rating over the last 15 games. Toronto's a good team. They're, like they can compete in the East. But I like what I'm seeing out of the Clippers right now. They seem to be making their move. Toronto's played some big Eastern Conference games lately. I like the Clippers to win this basketball game, Beltway Ben.
Yeah, real quick. We are live on YouTube. YouTube has gotten past, to Twitter.
So
Twitter,
should I do something?
Nah, just you can do it later. We're live on Twitter though. But here, first down. I'm going to the 76ers Cavaliers game, and we're going to play something we just played a few nights ago. Tyrese Maxey over 3.5 3-pointers made at plus 131. Talked about it just the other night, or the other day. The Cavs are allowing close to 17 3-pointers per game over their last 6. Even against the Sixers the other night, they struggled against the 3. Tyrese Maxey had more than enough looks, a lot of clean looks as well. He just wasn't able to knock down. He knows he's got to get better. They cannot get blown out by 20-plus points again like they did just the other night. Cleveland's defense is still an issue. Nothing is changing there. They're dealing with some injuries. Most of their guys that stand out, are on the offensive end, right? And Mobley down low, but Mobley's not sticking with Tyrese Maxey as a guard. So I think the guard play is still struggling defensively for the Cavs. Tyrese Maxey should have more than enough.
Back to the well.
Yeah, right back to the well. And you guys will know I'll do that. Like
you said you were going to do this.
Yeah, well, I said that was
what the other day.
That was with Bane.
If this doesn't hit, I'm coming back to it.
That was Bane. That was Desmond Bane
okay.
Because it's a revenge game yesterday. And also Franz. Again, I follow these sports really, really close. Franz
Ferdinand
was thrown out. Oh, he's playing, and I should have thought about it. They're in Berlin. He's from the area. Like I should have thought about it, but of course I didn't. And Franz ends up playing his first game in months, and that definitely didn't help Bane. Bane still had the loss. We'll get to that tomorrow. But no.
Hans and Franz. We're here to pump you up.
Yeah.
Ask Pops about that one.
I think I can tell who that is. Arnold.
Have you talked to him at all about coming on before July 4th?
Yeah, I said stuff. So I do my shows at Maddie's and at the studio. I don't like it's.
So you're sticking by July 4th?
Maybe, if that. He's not around me when I do the show. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to. I don't do the shows in my house.
I don't know what day of the week July 4th is, but he's probably not working that day, right?
No, probably. No, probably not. No, he should be good. We'll see. But no, Tyrese Maxey over 3.5 3-pointers made. We're also getting good value here. I like plus 131. I like us getting plus money on a prop for a guy to do something that he's done a bunch this season. When it's going bad, it goes really bad. He'll knock down 1 3 or no threes. The other night, he was moving in the right direction. Issue is, 1, he missed a few open looks, and 2, he didn't play the fourth quarter. You're telling me he finished with 2. He couldn't have knocked down 2 in the fourth quarter, especially when the game gets tight and he's playing 9+ minutes.
Nice.
I would have liked to see him play the fourth quarter, see that. I don't expect a blowout here, and if the Sixers are able to go on a run and blow them out, it'll be because Maxey knocks down a few threes, a few shots from beyond the arc. So give me Tyrese Maxey over 3.5 3-pointers made at plus 131.
Nice. Second down. Bundesliga. One match today, Beltway Ben. And we got one we want to get on now because it kicks off at 9:30 tomorrow. So we will not have another opportunity to get there. We've been talking about Eintracht Frankfurt on the road all season long. Over. They're at Werder Bremen. There's been some goals in Bremen matches lately as well. We're going to go to the alt markets here and go over 3.5 total goals. Plus 164, FanDuel had the best price. Bremen have allowed 12 goals in 7 matches at home. Bremen home games average 2.80. So you're saying that's a little bit under. Yeah, but it's Frankfurt coming to town, baby. Frankfurt have played 9 road matches in Die Bundesliga, Beltway Ben. 44 total goals. What's 9 times 5? Beltway Ben.
45.
It's a lot of goals, huh? That's a lot of goals. 5 goals per game.
A lot of goals.
When the Frankfurters go on the road. Have the Frankfurters kept a clean sheet on the road all season? No, they have not. And yes, the 4.89 total goals per match when Die Frankfurters are on the road is tops in the Bundesliga, and a lot of goals are scored in the Bundesliga. That's why we like watching it. That's why we like betting it. Beltway Ben, here are the total goals in Frankfurter road matches this season. 5, 2, 6, 7, 2, 4, 10, 4. Bremen's been playing pretty good attacking soccer lately. We saw them with the 3-3 with Dortmund. I just think there's a lot of goals in this match. It would not shock me if this goes over 4.5 if you want to get freaky deaky with the Frankfurters. And then 9:30 tomorrow, Leverkusen at Hoffenheim. We're going over 3.5 in this one as well. And we're going to take Hoffenheim on the double. Hoffenheim to win or draw at home and 4 or more total goals in this match. Hoffenheim have won 5 straight at home, Beltway Ben. They've done it by scores of 5-1. I gotta learn my German numbers better. That's got to be a priority. So I could rip these off like whatever 5 is, whatever 4 is, try, kneel. Okay, 5-1, 4-1, 3-0, 3-1, 3-1. That's the last 5 Hoffenheim road matches. Leverkusen have been okay on the road. Like, they've been okay on the road. They did just concede 4 to Stuttgart at home, though, coming off a long break. And then they had a game snowed out against Hamburg. So I think Hoffenheim's catching them at the right time. Love everything I saw about Hoffenheim in both their matches since returning from the winter break. I think Hoffenheim is the 3rd best team in the in Die Bundesliga this year. And I think they're catching Leverkusen at a wobbly time. Leverkusen have not kept a clean sheet on the road all season. Leverkusen road matches average 4.14 total goals. I think Hoffenheim's good for 3 in this one. I think Leverkusen's good for at least 1. So either way, Hoffenheim double, at least 4 total goals, plus 192.
Yeah, I'm going to go to this Pelicans-Pacers game, and we're going to play Zion Williamson over 24.5 points, which you can find here at minus 102. When you look at what Zion's done, they matched up with the Pacers a few months ago, last month, beginning of December, and Zion went for 29, I believe. Had a lot of success there. And this number's not been something that he's gone over with regularity, but he has been over it a few times this month, 3 games of the 8 that they've played. I like him a lot in this spot because you have a Pacers team that struggled defensively. They struggle a little bit down low. Zion at times has started to look like he's ready to take that leap, and he feels good. We don't have to worry about the minutes restriction.
He looked good last Friday, brother.
Yes. Yeah, but that's what it's
last Friday.
We're starting to get there with him a little bit. Like, he's feeling better on the court. He looks better. He's not on this minutes restriction that we had to deal with before. And again, this is a number that he went over more than not in December. January, it's been a little bit less, but you also have Trey Murphy, who scored 30 in 3 of his last 4 games. That's playing a role in that. I don't know that Trey Murphy is going to have another 30 ball. Now, he's awesome, playing good defense, very good player. I think he's a very good trade candidate for a team who wants to win it all. But Zion is also on the trade candidate. Zion knows all the talk that's gone on about him the past 3 years. A lot of people have slandered him and talked his way. Bad ways about him. Now you're playing a team who you just had success against. You know how bad they are defensively, and we should get a shootout here similar to what we had with the Jazz and the Mavericks yesterday. I like attacking points, player props in these spots. So give me Zion Williamson over 24.5 points at minus 102.
Give me Meatball and Kona and Lilo. Riding you on that one. Dog pack. Howl! Or wolf passion. Wolf passion. Yeah. I think Zion is in rare form. Don't know how long it's going to last. I hope for good, man. But you never know what's coming on the other side with him. But I like what I've seen lately. Good call, Beltway Ben. Halftime? So you think 5 seconds? 5 seconds should be the norm? 5-second pause?
Let's say 4. You do 4.
4?
You could.
I don't even know if I'm doing that part right. I know, I'm pretty sure Ein's right. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna guarantee I can count to 10 in German by Monday's show. Word.
I believe it.
By Monday's show. You think I could do it fake? You think I could fool you with fake German numbers?
Absolutely. I'll do my research too.
Like
I'll do my research.
Sasa.
That's shit.
Sat.
I mean, I don't think.
Nice.
Not only you can straight up fool me.
You don't think I could? I don't think. I mean, if I could fool you with 10 straight fake German numbers,
eventually it gets to the point where I think you were just throwing it out. I go, oh, that doesn't sound right. But you also could get it right, and I'd be like, oh, that doesn't sound right. I don't know. We'll see.
There could be a bit there, Beltway Ben. Could be a bit there. 3rd down. Please don't cover all that banter up with ads, Beltway Ben. None of those ads, and we love the ads, although we haven't gotten a penny from those ads yet. We'll see. See when that gets rectified. None of that's trickled down to us. Oh, trickle down economics, which was a lie the first time Ronald Reagan. It's. Let me tell you, it's still a lie. I'm a truth teller, man. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Am I lying?
No,
Am I lying?
Got 3rd down here.
Don't say anything. You don't have to say anything. Am I lying?
It's 3rd down. Is it 3rd down?
It's 3rd down, Ben.
3rd down.
Let's do a little foosball. Matt Stafford, 2 or more touchdown passes, 270 or more passing yards, plus 120. He's got 2 or more passing touchdowns in 12 straight games, Beltway Ben. He's got 2 or more passing touchdowns in 6 straight games. He has at least 259 passing yards as well in 6 straight games. His last 8 games played, in 8 of those 11, he has thrown for at least 2 passing touchdowns and thrown for at least 269 total yards. Chicago's allowed 296 or more passing in 3 straight. Chicago's defense is a joke. It's not a playoff caliber defense. Weather. Matt Stafford played in this division, lest you forget, for most of his career. He's played January games in Green Bay, in Chicago. Am I a little worried about the finger? I am. They're saying he's practicing full. He hit this against Carolina last week while it happened. And I think Carolina's defense, frankly, might be better than Chicago's. I think this is baked into their cake, Beltway, Ben. Even if they run the ball a little bit more because it's cold, I don't, you're going to tell me McVay's not taking shots on this horseshit defense? Get out of here. Get out of here. That's why we also like Matt Stafford 3 or more passing touchdowns. The best you could find this right now is plus 152 at the FanDuel. He's hit this in 8 of his last 12 games. Chicago has allowed 3 or more passing touchdowns in 3 of its last 6 games. I fancy the matchup. Adams is back and has got a week of practice after looking a little janky last week. Nakua's back. Higbee's back. Like, it's the full panorama. Chicago doesn't have much of a pass rush. I think Stafford's going to have time to operate here and carve them up. I also think, just bear in mind, I know that McVay family tree pretty well. Ben Johnson just took a dump on Matt LaFleur's head. Matt LaFleur is Sean Payton's best friend. When you crap on one of his top former lieutenants, he feels as if you're crapping on his football ideas, his schemes, his tactics. I'm just saying.
Did you see his quote about it? He was going to start saying something. He's like, yeah, we're preparing. You could tell. He's like, I saw it. Yeah, we're preparing. McVay knows what's going on. I'm pretty excited for that. I'm pretty excited for that. The Bears' run should be over. And my wallet is going to have a lot of things behind that. I'm absolutely here for it. But here, third down, we're going to stick to the NFL, and we're going to play Dalton Schultz over 45.5 receiving yards and minus 110. Anybody who watches the show knows we play him a lot here, and it's been about probably 50-50. Some weeks he cashes for us, some weeks he doesn't. In the playoff matchup, he didn't. And C.J. Stroud was a double agent, had Schultz open a bunch of the time. I went back and watched the film on that game. You got to look at Schultz. C.J. Stroud was seeing things. He's seeing ghosts, to be quite honest with you. But now we have Nico Collins, who's missed a bunch of practice, and he's dealing with the concussion. I get that once he's right, they're going to make sure he's back. If he's ready tomorrow, then he'll play. I don't know. I think, to me, in this spot, you're going to have to go to the tight end against a team in the Patriots who are bottom 10 in opposing tight end receiving yards this year. And the run defense has gotten a little bit better as they've gotten some guys like Milton Williams healthier. And they've gotten a little bit more comfortable. So I think they're going to make C.J. Stroud beat them with his arm, because you see what happened in Pittsburgh. If Pittsburgh was even competent, then you would have had probably the Texans out in the first round. They weren't able to do anything. C.J. Stroud, as bad as he was, did not end up costing them the game. He plays like that again tomorrow, they will lose. I don't know. To me, I do like the Texans in this spot. I would expect C.J. Stroud to bounce back. But if that's the case, if he is going to be a little bit better, if he's going to get the football out a little quicker, not short arm things, throwing it to the other team, Dalton Schultz is going to have to play a role in that. Down the stretch for this season, he was doing that, right? He was going over this number with pretty much regularity. And that wasn't like Nico Collins off the field. He wasn't out. It was more the middle of the year when he was clearing this, but it was against bad tight end defenses. We talked about it. Denver for 77, Jacksonville for 53, Tennessee for 51. 3 teams that we attacked a lot with tight ends. Seattle, as great as they are, they struggle against tight ends. He had 98 yards. It's for him this year, but then you also have the weeks where it's like the Chargers 3 for 19. Chargers are top 2 against opposing tight ends. There's been a trend with him. If you can attack teams who struggle against tight ends like the Pats have. Again, that defense has played really good football. They're dealing with some injuries right now in the secondary, and Gonzalez, whatever that is. I would expect here the tight end to have some success and make some plays, and he's going to have to, whether Nico Collins plays or he doesn't, because even this year we saw it with Nico Collins out. Dalton Schultz has been able to do things. It's going to be a cold matchup. They're not playing indoors. It's in New England. C.J. Stroud, still a young quarterback to me. I talk about young quarterbacks with their tight ends. You got to get Schultz the football here. So give me Dalton Schultz over 45.5 receiving yards at minus 110.
Stroud was seeing Ghost in the Machine, Beltway Ben. He was seeing Ghost in the Machine. 4th and long. We talked about Bo Nix rushing yesterday. We've got one more Bo Nix rushing play. Bo Nix, longest rush, over 11.5 yards, minus 128. FanDuel had this price best. 11 times this season, he has a rush of 11 yards or more. Last year against Buffalo in the playoffs, 4 for 43, including an 11-yard plus rush. His last 2 games, 8 rushes for 49, 9 rushes for 42. It's a bad run defense he's facing, but it's a really good secondary, and McDermott is an elite secondary coach and schemer. I think there's going to be plenty of instances where everybody's covered and this kid takes off and runs. I think he's going to have to run to sustain drives they don't really have. I mean, we love the whole RJ Harvey, PJ Harvey mashup. I'm not convinced that RJ Harvey's a feature back in this league yet. McLaughlin might end up seeing more action than our guy if he can't get it going early. I just think it's by committee. It's a clusterfuge. This kid is going to take off and run. I think he's going to have a run of 20 yards or more. And if you want to play around in those markets, well, so do I. But we'll go for these purposes, Beltway Ben, over the 11.5.
Yes, I'm going to play Tyrese Maxey. We got this. Let me get Fourth and Weird in there. Because Fourth and Weird is fun when we put Fourth and Weird on the screen. But no, I'm going Fourth and Weird here. Tyrese Maxey. It was a prop that we played just the other night with him. Over 8.5 3-point attempts. You can't find this at many books, depending on where you shop around.
It was 9.5 last time, wasn't it?
It was 9.5,
Yeah.
and it's probably similar odds because they give you this number at this juiced odds, but 9.5 could be similar number. This is what they have as the official play right now, and I'm fine paying some juice for 8.5 compared to 9.5 finishing there because he's finished on 9 a few times this year. And I like him in this spot. I talked about it the other day. Like 8 3-point attempts in 3 quarters. He wasn't going to shoot 2 more in 10 minutes probably. In that 4th quarter, I find that hard to believe. This is a guy looking for a shot. And he's shooting 0.6 more, 9.6 3-point attempts at home this season compared to 9 on the road. So he's been more aggressive at home. He shot the 3 better, which is good for our other prop at home. I would expect Maxey to be aggressive, to be a little bit shot happy. And the Cavs are bottom 5 in opposing 3-point attempts. That's been a way you beat them. When you have guys like Evan Mobley defensively, you don't really have a lot of success driving to the basket. And he's a shot blocker and all the things that Jared Allen could do when he's been on the court. So to me, the way to attack them in this matchup, especially with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, those trees playing, has to be from beyond the arc. Tyrese Maxey's been aggressive. He likes shooting the basketball. And you could tell me, well, Joel Embiid's playing. That's changed things a little bit for Maxey. He's cleared this number in a number of games with Joel Embiid. That screen out wide, Joel Embiid getting lazy, trying to push people away, and Maxey getting the look has still been there. Now, Embiid's going to get his shots, right? 14 to 20 attempts per game probably is something you can expect for Embiid. I would expect Maxey to be there too. And of the 15 to 20 shots Maxey takes, a lot of those shots are 3-point attempts. So give me Tyrese Maxey over 8.5 3-pointers attempted at minus 145.
We're kind of aligned. Not bad. Our alignment. Like, again, it's the slinky effect. It's like right? You could slink them together.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about because you're a Spotify or an Apple bottomser, you're missing out if you're not watching the show. You can listen to the show, right, while you're at work. And then when you get home and you're watching the games, but the games are going sideways, watch us. There's probably a bet in there that you missed for a future game.
There probably is.
As long as Twitter's functioning. And even if it's not, then watch it on YouTube.
Always, most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube. I think that's the most.
You think that's the most? That's the number one.
That's us. Because that's us. Subscribe to the YouTube.
Yeah. That's
subscribe to the YouTube.
That's a slog, though, brother.
Yeah.
It's a tough slog. Fighting the good fight.
Always. Every day, 7 days a week.
Every day. Like Triumph, who going on tour. I'll go see Triumph. I gotta see if they're coming anywhere around here.
I don't think I would, but
huh?
I just said I don't think I would, but
you don't think, bet your dad would.
He might.
Bet your dad would.
I'm going real quick. I know I'm going to try to go. I already reached out to the station and everything. BTS is coming to Baltimore, the Korean pop band. My girlfriend is like, there's not many things she gets passionate about. BTS, it's K-pop? like just mainly just BTS. She's like already has everything set up for the pre-sale. Band? Yeah. It's already ready for pre-sale. She's going to try to make sure we get tickets. Hopefully the station can help me out.
Just remind me of that when we get in there. Yeah. I'll go straight to the top.
Yeah, I emailed her. She told me to
If
remind
that,
her.
well,
in 2
that
weeks.
person's probably not going to be there. Today's a Friday.
Yeah.
But then remind me on Monday. I'm going to go straight to the big office
Yeah, I emailed her. I did.
in person.
She
Huh?
told me. She told me to. I emailed her. She told me to reach back out in a few weeks. So
Just remind me to
I
double
got
down on that.
I got you.
I'm going to play the double on that one.
I
Beltway Ben.
appreciate that.
Beltway Ben, the winner draw those K-pop tickets for free. It's the least our corporate partners can do.
100%. 100%.
Overtime. Football and football parlays. Drake May over 6.5 rushing attempts, plus Drake May to throw a pick, plus 240 at the bet 365. I think he's going to run 10 times or more in this game, Beltway Ben. He has run 10 times or more in 2 of his last 4 games. Drake May has run more than 7 times in more than half the games he's played. This is uncharted territory for him. Obviously, he's playing a defense that's going to take a lot of the traditional stuff away. I think Houston is the best defense in the NFL. I think D'Amico Ryans is as bright of a defensive mind as there is in the NFL. And I think he's going to make life real difficult for Drake May. And Drake May is going to have to make too many Superman type plays. And his wheels are going to be, you saw what it was against, you're going to show off his wheels from the giddy up. They're going to make you have to defend that from the giddy up. I don't think the 2 running backs are going to have a whole lot of success here. And I think it's going to be incumbent on May. I think we can see some tush push opportunities here. 6.5 is a conservative number for me. The interception, Houston's turned people over, have picked people off more than any team in the NFL since the start of last season. They create turnovers. They get a lot of tip balls. They get an elite pressure rate. They've got 2 dominant pass rushers. This happened last week. It's going to happen. This is all on Drake May. It is. And he's going to make some mistakes in the playoffs. Most quarterbacks do. I don't care, home or road. And the interception may not even be his fault, but I look at their skill guys and I look at the Texans secondary and I'm like, who's winning the 50-50 balls? Diggs? Really? Henry? Really? So I'm on it. We also, this match is tomorrow morning. Again, a match that's going to be played before we could get to it on tomorrow's show. Fulham at Leeds United. We like both teams to score in this match. We like there to be at least 2.5 total goals in this match. And we like Leeds to get a result, a win or a draw in this match. Plus 240. Look, Leeds went 2 months basically with getting a double, with the double hitting. Right? It was like 7 or 8 straight matches. Then they had Newcastle beat. Then they had Newcastle tied. And was the fix in? I don't know. They played 114 minutes, and they kept giving Newcastle set piece after set piece after set piece until they won. Okay, so that ended that streak. Fine. They still scored 3 at St. James Park and could have had more. I love the way they're attacking. I love, frankly, the way Leeds is playing, and this is at Ellen Road, which should be a big advantage for them. Goals, guys. Fulham's last 9 matches, 31 total goals. Fulham is a -6 point differential on the road. The BTTS is hitting 7 of the Cottagers' 10 road matches. Fulham has kept a clean sheet just once in 10 road matches. Leeds 10 games at home, 31 total goals. There you go. Oh, okay. All right. So I get it. It's a 3-pointer. They're both trying to make sure they don't get relegated. I don't think either's going to get relegated. But Leeds have been far better defensively at home than on the road. The BTTS has hit 8 of their 10 home matches. And I think Leeds finds a way to at least get a draw here. It could be another 2-2 type affair. Maybe even 3-3. Both teams are attacking really well right now. Raul Jimenez, I think head balls off set pieces could be a problem for Leeds' back line. Wilson's playing wonderful football for Fulham. And for Leeds, you've got our guy Dominic Calvert-Lewin finishing. You've got Aronson finishing. You've also got Aronson creating. So Look, we love Calvert-Lewin to score again here. Plus 162 at Bet365. He scored in 7 of the last 8 games he started in the Premiership. He takes penalties. It's going to be a physical match. I think they could draw a penalty. Scores with his head, scores with his feet, scores ugly, scores pretty. At 162, you wouldn't think he's the reigning Premiership Player of the Month, but he is. We also like Igor Thiago to go to Chelsea. I don't want to go to Chelsea. Igor Thiago does want to go to Chelsea, and he wants to score another goal for us. Plus 175 for Thiago to score for Brentford at Chelsea. Don't look now, Beltway Ben. Thiago has 16 goals in the Prem. He's only 4 behind Haaland, who has fallen on a little bit of tough goal scoring. He's got 6, does Thiago, in his last 3 matches. He was on fire to start the year. He had a spell where he didn't score in 4 games. We took him to score on that 4th game. He didn't. We told you he's probably going to score the next game, but we're off him. He had a hat trick. He's been on fire since. Chelsea's unsettled in the back. Chelsea has another new manager now because the caretaker manager's out. They're a naive squad. I also think, it's a South London derby. It's probably going to be physical. We could see a pen. If there's a pen, Thiago's taking it. Plus 175 on a guy who scored 16 times in the Prem and does score on the road. We're on it, Beltway Ben. I don't want to go to Chelsea. Is that Joe Jackson or Elvis Costello, Beltway Ben?
Elvis Costello.
Take a guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty.
Off this year's model. Maybe the best Elvis Costello album. Maybe. It's hard. Boy, it's hard. It's hard to pick one.
Yeah.
You got My Aim Is True.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You got Armed Forces. You got so many. But,
yeah.
I mean, it might be.
No, I hate
it. Might be.
Yeah, that's
might be the best Elvis Costello album.
It is a good album. I can't take off of that, even though I've never heard a single song from it. But here, we will play. We have 1 NFL football parlay, and then we do have 2 NBA. We'll start here with James Cook. James Cook, 80-plus rushing yards and 20-plus rushing attempts, plus 240. Shout out to Jason. Introduced me to this availability on Bet365 because anywhere else you can't really put these things together. Every game this year where he's had 20-plus attempts, he's gone over 80-plus rushing yards. He's also gone for 100 in those games. I might delve into that a little bit, but here we're just going to do 20-plus attempts, 80-plus rushing yards, plus 240. Now, this isn't a horrendous defense, right? Like, this is not a terrible defense by any means, but I would expect him to get the carries in this matchup to go over. Josh Allen comes into this game banged up. We've heard it all week. They're talking a lot about it. It wasn't pretty. Like, I know everybody always plays this tough guy thing with Josh Allen, and it's, like, overplayed. But, I mean, he did take a bunch of shots. Like, it was ugly. Yeah. It wasn't pretty. He felt it. They were ripping his helmet off. They were twisting his knee and all of those things. And as tough as Josh Allen is.
Put a little hot sauce on it.
Yeah. No, literally. I don't think that Joe Brady is going to have this guy out there running the football as much. Now, Josh Allen wants to win. He's going to do whatever he can to win. I get that. Totally do. But with that being said, you got to be a little bit smart here. You know he's feeling it. We already had the foot injury prior to anything that happened there in Jacksonville. In this game, James Cook, 15 carries for 46 yards. They were trying to get him going. They were doing whatever they could to get James Cook going, but there was nothing there. I mean, he averaged 3.1 per carry. You know the Jags' run defense is really good. You have a Broncos defense we've talked about on the show. It's been going downhill against the run. And when Jacksonville played them, we saw how much success they had with that offense. I think Buffalo could find similar success here. I would expect lots of carries for James Cook in this game. He gets to 20 carries. He's going to do it. He's done it in all but one game. That was against Philly, who Philly's you know how good they are against the run. That's not Denver. Against the run. Against the pass, Denver's a great passing defense. I don't think Joe Brady wants to throw the football. Joe Brady, tentative, loves sitting on his hands, loves playing scared. James Cook, do what you can, and we're going to ride with that, especially if our quarterback is dealing with everything that he is. Next play, we're going to an NBA parlay with 4 different legs here. Tyrese Maxey, 3+ three-pointers made. Zion Williamson, 20+ points. Kawhi Leonard, 20+ points. And the Kings on the money line, plus 242. Tyrese Maxey, 3+ three-pointers made. If he's going to go over the number I said, I think he'll at least get here. He knocked down 2 last game, and it wasn't going great. 2 for 8, didn't play the fourth quarter. He's going to play the fourth quarter tonight. They're a favorite after losing by 30 the other night. I find it hard to believe that we'll see another blowout, especially with how the NBA does whatever they can to avoid these blowouts, but they consistently hit. And we see superstars not playing in the fourth quarter. Zion Williamson, we talked about him. He's going to have to attack the Pacers. If he doesn't score the 25, which I'm expecting him to, he's got to score the 20. I don't know that Murphy is scoring 30 for the fourth time in 5 games. As good as he's been shooting the basketball, I do think the aggressive big gets involved here. Kawhi Leonard, 20 plus. He's going to Toronto. Back in Toronto where he spent a bunch of time in his career. We saw what he did in that finals run in Toronto. That means something to him. This has also been a number that Kawhi Leonard has been going over with regularity. We've talked about it on this show more than anywhere else. The Clippers are turning things around. They're playing better basketball. And a massive reason for that is Kawhi Leonard's scoring output. He's been great scoring the basketball. I know he's questionable, but I would expect him to play in his former stadium. So give me Kawhi Leonard 20 plus points. And then the Kings on the money line to round us out to plus 242. I'll get to that now here. The reason I was a little bit delayed trying to put things in here because I was like, oh, I didn't attack the Wizards. Thinking about it, just sitting here, I'm like, I got to.
We watch, so you don't have to.
We do. And I looked at it and I didn't know what I liked, and then I found out Sabonis was coming back, and I'm like, all right, real quick, let me throw this in here for the viewers. Kings on the money line. Sabonis 6+ rebounds. Trey Johnson 10+ points. Sabonis has been out 20 straight games, 25 straight games. Why are you taking him when he comes back? I mean, it's going to be a minutes restriction, but the ball finds his hands when he plays. He's missed multiple games this year and then came back and played 30. He's not playing 30 tonight, but 22, 24 during the preseason when he wasn't playing regular minutes. He was clearing this number. He's the guy to grab the boards on the court. They always fall in his hands. We know how good he is on the offensive glass, and the Wizards suck on the glass. Then Trey Johnson on the Wizards, 10+ points. They're getting blown out in the fourth quarter. Good thing with Trey Johnson is he'll be on the court. He's a young guy. He's a rookie. They want to let him continue to grow. He's shooting the basketball well. If we do get the blowout that I'm expecting, he'll be out there trying to get his. I like what they have there. The Wizards, I still think if you can hold on to this pick and build off of it, it'll be exciting. Trey Johnson's the best shooting rookie in this class. It's been shown so far. I think he'll knock down a few threes, maybe get to the free throw line. He can play. He's shown that down the stretch. 10+ points has not been an issue.
Better than Edgecombe?
Shooting wise, yeah, absolutely. Edgecombe, it's 2 hit or miss. Edgecombe is shooting stuff off the other side of the backboard. It's kind of crazy, but Edgecombe I like. I would love the energy that Edgecombe has. But no, the Kings on the money line, Sabonis 6+ rebounds, and Trey Johnson 10+ points, plus 102.
Real quick, I know we're going long. We'll get the shot clock in soon, I think. Waiting on Goodell. Beltway Ben, sports gambling is back in the news with the latest report out of the gambling ring that went from fixing Chinese basketball games to CAA and MEAC games, and probably a lot of other places too. But obviously, where we live, we see a lot of MEAC and CAA basketball. The Towson NCA&T game that lives in infamy, I definitely capped that game, wrote up that game for my former employer, who I'm not going to give any. I'm not going to reference them because they're an anti-democratic apparatus of a fascist regime now with their new corporate overlords. They used to be the Tiffany Network. I was all over that game. I love Towson in that spot. I didn't know the fix was in. Coppin Steaks popped up in some of these. That's right down the road from us here. Look, you're taking a risk anytime you do this. Like the idea, but the idea that this is some new phenomenon just cracks me up. Like, obviously you never grew up with a bookie. You never grew up in an area where any corner bar you went to, somebody was taking book. This has been going on for, we're finding out it's in the mainstream press now, because the mainstream press didn't cover it as much or to this degree in the past, because you had to jump through a few hoops to gamble, and it was illegal. So it wasn't, you didn't have commercials on TV all the time, but this was Boston College in the 80s, right? Whitey Bulger was fixing those games. This stuff's been happening forever. There's nothing new about it. And it is I always think, whether I'm putting $100, $150, $25, there is always, and I don't care if we're talking Champions League soccer or a MEAC game on a Saturday where there's 149 college games going on, there is absolutely always, in my mind, the possibility that one or more people involved in that game as a player, as a coach, or as an official is corrupt.
Yes, I'm right there with you. I do think it's funny, though, that people are, it's all our fault because we bet. It's gambling's fault. It's because they're putting these ads up on the TV. No, this has been happening. Bookies still exist, by the way, if you guys didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
This is a serious thing that it happens. We're just catching people now. And it's more on the person compared to gambling. You want to take away some college props. They already did it in Maryland, which is unfortunate for me, but I understand it. These dudes were doing games, spreads. So, like, it was first half spreads. You're not going to take first half spreads away. That's never going to be taken away. And if they do, don't worry. The betting demand will still be there. They'll just find a way to do it illegally, under the table, all of those things. Yeah, it's been happening forever. Yeah, it's always been happening. So I just don't want to. It is what it is. Like, and yes, we want to get on NCAA and we want to get on Coppin State and these teams. Your favorite NBA team, your favorite NFL team, your favorite MLB team. The best closer in baseball for years. He was hammering balls in the dirt. He was throwing the first pitch in the grass.
Google World Tennis Association match fixing. Google Serie A, biggest league in Italy, match fixing. Like it.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I
got news for you. The corporations, how they jerry-rig their stock prices and when CEOs sell and buy, insider trading, it's match fixing. If money is involved, corruption will reign. That's a golden rule. It's capitalism.
Yeah. We do have
do you have Rafa's email?
Yeah, got it up right now. Rafael Ramirez reaches out to us. Awesome email. He said he's been meaning to message us for a while, but he's procrastinator, hadn't been able to get there and couldn't be bothered by it. But he did say yesterday's episode was enough for him to get past the procrastination and reach out. He's a part of Mr. Kornheiser's show. He follows them. He's an avid listener. Heard Jason on there, and some of Jason's appearance captured his attention. So he said he steals something from Tony's thing, and basically he tells us he could help us with software stuff, software engineer stuff, and we're always going to keep that in the back of our mind with how we are. It's hard to get help, but he did say that he would be able to help us out, and he also said that he's created. We were ripping ChatGPT and AI on here, and he's made some betting models as a hobby with some of those. So that's something we could always delve into at some point. But he also did say something funny here. He was impressed by our transparency. He said Jason was in the red not too long ago, and there was no BS. We didn't hide it. Of course, he wasn't in the greatest of moods, but every day came on here, and it was funny, and it was just real. Made it real. If you're in the red, you're happier than when you're 60 units up. There's something wrong with you. Of course, it's normal. And then he also said that he was very impressed by me. Seemed young, seemed very mature, no BS kind of guy who knows my shit, and made a really nice balance between the two of us. But then he says, I think this is why he emailed us. Then we get to today. Ben, a kangaroo, my man, I really do not hope you find yourself in that situation because you're going to get your ass kicked for real. I finally had the right to say you went too far with that one, and he'd be betting on the kangaroo to have a swift knockout. He did say we should lean into it, brought up the kangaroos, was talking a little bit about that. It's just very, very funny email there. I was talking about me getting whooped by a kangaroo. And he also says, keep doing what we're doing. He wishes us nothing but the success. Very, very thankful for that email. Jason, I know you're back in now. I was just reading him saying that he thought I'd get my ass whooped by a kangaroo. And that was what brought him to email us, which is literally incredible. I'm glad that was the one that got it out. By the way, real quick, Bo Bichette just signed with the Mets.
With the Mets?
Yes, the Phillies were the team yesterday. They were like minus 125 to sign with the Phillies. That's great.
Yeah, thank you, Verizon. They just effed me again, but I jumped back in. So,
Rafa's a real one, though. I got through the whole email. When did you cut out? Because I saw I couldn't tell.
Very early in you reading it. But I've read the email a couple times, responded. Yeah, he sounds like a pretty interesting dude.
Rafa's
Toggling
awesome.
Between Madrid and Berlin, two of my favorite
I
cities.
didn't even get that part. Yeah, Rafa's awesome. I'm glad that
Berlin.
I got him to come out because I said that I think I could beat a kangaroo. We did have Walt Bullock in the comments today say he thinks I could handle a kangaroo. So
that's moronic. Yeah,
Oh.
love that email. Thank you, Rafa.
Jason, real quick, this one's for you. Andy Swick. Jason, Fishbone 40th anniversary show at Black Cat, April 28th. Tickets are on sale tomorrow. I don't.
What?
Fishbone 40th
Is it
anniversary.
Angelo's Fishbone, or is it Norwood and like? Is it really Fishbone, or is it the bullshit Fishbone that Angelo was touring with like a year ago?
You might have to check. I couldn't
Either way,
help
thank you for putting it on my radar. I've seen Fishbone more than any other band, and I've seen a lot of bands in a lot of places. But I've definitely seen Fishbone more than anywhere else. I think I've probably seen Fishbone in 8 different states, maybe 10. And that's not states of consciousness. That's the United States.
Welcome to
Probably
one
a
of
good
them.
idea. You're probably,
No, I did not mean to do that. I was literally clicking it to put it on, and then it starts.
Did you put the thing up, or?
No.
Okay.
I just was grabbing that one, but here's the.
Thank you, Rafa. There you have it. So what are we up to? 1,400 bets from Ben. I mean, basically, we're almost 3,000 bets into this thing.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It's crazy every day.
That's a
what
lot of
happens when you
plus
do it every
money
day.
bets too, brother.
That is what happens.
There's nothing in there that's more than like lower payoff than probably minus 165.
Yeah.
Probably, and even that's rare. But give your money to those assholes at Barstool. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We try our damnedest to deliver for you guys. Please email us, even if you hate us. We don't. Hey, it's all good. I don't want to be everybody's cup of tea. Want to bet with us at gmail.com. Thank you very much. I'm going to check out that Fishbone situation as soon as Ben and I cut a few videos here after we go. Is it 9:30 or 10 tomorrow? You tell me, brother.
9:30. Let's shoot for 9:30.
9:30 tomorrow. Just in time for some Prem and Bundesliga kickoffs. Obviously, 2 NFL games tomorrow. We'll be all over. Bundesliga, EPL, like 130 college games. How many of them are fixed? I'm going to tell you this much, Beltway Ben. More than one. I bet more than one is compromised in some way. NBA bets. Ben's dying to give out some baseball futures.
I'm very excited.
Huh? You're chomping at the bit.
It's probably because the Ravens suck, but like baseball season, I don't know. Right now, I'm like so locked in. Like I need it to be here. But also like I'm a diehard Oriole fan, but I like baseball. I play baseball my whole life.
Baseball's
I need
awesome.
baseball to be here. Handicapping MLB, I love.
Yeah. When that email came through, we're on the radio, and there's this thing you can do where Ben can talk into my ear, but only I hear him, and it doesn't go out over the air. And like, there's a lot going on in Baltimore sports right now. Harbaugh's gone, looking for a coach. He gets in my ear and he's like, "You got to check the Wanna Bet email like as soon as you can." And then I look and he's also sent me a text like, "Dude, we got to get some kangaroos. Like, you got to see this email." And so immediately now I'm like, that's all I'm like consumed with. Let's get the break so I can read this email and start looking for like stuffed kangaroos when we mook ourselves all up to drop. My God, that's genius.
Rob had brought me the idea because I read that like you would get your ass whooped by kangaroo, and as soon as I see that, I'm like, ass whooped by kangaroo. We do the lobsters. Why not get another animal involved? And here we go. So,
if we're ever going really bad, I could stuff some lobsters into carry the kangaroo's mouth.
Stomach. Yeah.
To try to turn our luck around.
Try to turn around. I like that. That is very good.
That stuff matters, kids. Or I mean, it doesn't matter at all, but in my feeble brain, it matters. All right. Tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern. You want to bet? We want to bet. Thank you for betting with us. Fishbone!